Most people think a stroke is something that only happens to other people, usually very old or very sick. But the truth is different. Stroke can happen to almost anyone at any time, and the risk only increases as we grow older. That's why it is so important to understand what a stroke really is and why it's so dangerous. A stroke happens when the blood flow to your brain gets blocked or suddenly reduced. Your brain is like a power station for your body. It controls everything. Your memory, your speech, your balance, your ability to walk, even your emotions. Now, imagine that power station losing its energy supply for just a few minutes. Instantly, things start shutting down. Brain cells begin to die within minutes when they don't get enough oxygen. And once they die, they don't come back. That's why doctors always say, time is brain. Every second counts. There are two main types of strokes. The first one, which is the most common, happens when a blood clot blocks a blood vessel in the brain. Think of it like a pipe in your kitchen getting clogged. Water can't flow through, and everything backs up. The second type happens when a blood vessel bursts, and blood leaks into the brain. This is more like a pipe exploding and flooding the room. Both are dangerous, and both can change a person's life forever. Now, let me give you some numbers that will make you understand how serious this is. Every single year, more than 12 million people around the world have a stroke. Out of them, almost 6 million don't survive. That means stroke kills more people every year than many types of cancer combined. And here's another fact. Stroke is the leading cause of disability in older adults. People may survive, but they often cannot live the same way they used to. Imagine a person who was once healthy and independent, suddenly needing help just to eat, dress, or walk to the bathroom. Imagine not being able to speak to your children or grandchildren because your speech is gone. These are the kinds of challenges stroke survivors face every single day. Families are affected too, because someone has to take care of the patient, often around the clock. This puts emotional, physical, and even financial stress on everyone involved. But here is the part that makes this even more shocking. Strokes don't always come with warning signs. Many people feel perfectly fine until it happens. In fact, there is something called a silent stroke. This is when a person has a very small stroke without realizing it. They may not collapse or faint, but small areas of their brain are being damaged quietly. Over time, these silent strokes add up and can lead to memory loss, dementia, and other serious brain problems. That's why prevention is so important. Because once a stroke hits, the damage is often permanent. Even with the best hospitals and doctors, there is only so much that can be done after the brain is injured. The real power lies in stopping it before it happens. Now, let's think about the risk factors. People over the age of 50 are much more likely to have a stroke. If you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, your risk goes up even more. If you smoke, drink too much alcohol, or spend most of your day sitting without movement, you are at higher risk too. And let's not forget stress. Chronic stress is like poison for the brain and heart. But don't let this scare you too much. The good news is, most strokes can be prevented if you know what to do. And that brings us back to what I promised you in the beginning, the 40-second trick. Because while lifestyle changes like eating healthy and exercising are important, there are also very small, quick, and powerful habits that can instantly make a difference. Before I reveal it, I want you to understand this. Knowledge is power. Many people ignore the subject of stroke until it is too late. But by staying with me in this video, you are already taking the first step toward protecting yourself and your loved ones. And trust me, the information you are about to hear is not just theory, it's backed by science, experience, and real-life results. So, now that you know why stroke is one of the most dangerous health problems for seniors, let's move to the hidden risk factors that often go unnoticed. Because sometimes, even when people avoid the obvious dangers, there are small daily habits silently increasing their risk. And that's where the story gets even more interesting. When people think about stroke, they imagine only the big risks: high blood pressure, smoking, diabetes. But the truth is, there are many hidden daily habits that quietly raise your stroke risk. One of them is sitting too long. Hours of sitting slows blood flow in your legs and brain. Just standing up and moving every hour can make a big difference. Another is dehydration. Many seniors drink very little water. Thick blood moves slower, and clots form easier. A simple glass of water can lower that risk. Stress is another silent killer. Constant worry keeps your blood pressure high. Your heart and brain stay under pressure, even when you're resting. Then comes bad sleep. If you sleep less than 6 hours, your brain never repairs fully. Sleep is like your brain's cleaning system. Without it, toxins build up and increase stroke risk. Unhealthy diet plays a role too. Too much salt, fried food, sugar, or processed meals clog arteries slowly, almost invisibly. And here's a surprising one: ignoring small symptoms. A moment of blurred vision. A slight numbness in the arm. A quick headache that feels different. These can be mini strokes, tiny warnings that the big one is coming. Even medications, when taken without care, can raise risk. For example, skipping blood pressure medicine for a few days can be dangerous. All of these are things people often overlook. They don't sound serious at first, but together, they build up into a dangerous storm inside the body. And this is where the 40-second trick becomes so powerful. Because even if you can't change everything at once, like your diet, stress, or sleep, you can still start with one simple daily action that instantly improves brain blood flow. That's why I say, prevention doesn't have to be complicated. It can be quick, easy, and effective, if you know the right trick. Here it is, the 40-second trick that shocked even me as a brain doctor. It's nothing complicated, no medicine, no costly machine. It's just deep controlled breathing. Yes, just breathing, but in a very specific way that takes less than 1 minute and instantly improves blood flow to your brain. Here's how you do it. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale gently through your mouth for 4 seconds. Pause again for 4 seconds. Repeat this cycle 4 times. That's 40 seconds. That's all it takes. Why does it work? Because deep controlled breathing lowers stress, relaxes your nervous system, and opens your blood vessels wider. More oxygen reaches the brain. More oxygen means smoother circulation, lower pressure, and less chance of clots forming. Think of it like a pipe. When it's tight and clogged, water struggles to move. When it's open and relaxed, everything flows easily. I remember a senior patient who suffered from dizziness and high blood pressure. She started this practice every morning and evening. In just a few weeks, her pressure stabilized, her headaches disappeared, and she felt calmer than ever before. Science also proves it. Studies show that even 1 minute of deep breathing can lower blood pressure, improve heart rhythm, and boost oxygen in the brain. These are the exact factors that protect you from stroke. The beauty of this trick is that you can do it anywhere. While sitting in a chair, lying in bed, or even standing in line. No equipment, no cost, no side effects. Some people ask me, can something this simple really protect against stroke? The answer is yes. It's not magic. It's pure biology. Your brain lives on blood and oxygen. Anything that improves that flow lowers the risk of stroke. But here's the secret, you must do it daily. One day won't make much difference. But 40 seconds every single day over weeks and months trains your brain and blood vessels to stay healthy. Think of it like brushing your teeth. One time does nothing, but daily brushing saves your teeth. This daily breathing saves your brain. If you want to make it even stronger, add a gentle stretch while breathing. Roll your shoulders, move your neck side to side. This keeps blood moving to your brain even better. Less than a minute a day, no cost, no effort, just breathing, and you are protecting yourself from one of the deadliest conditions in the world. That's why I was truly shocked when I first saw how powerful it is. So here is my challenge to you. Right after this video, stop for 40 seconds and try it. Close your eyes, breathe deep, and feel the calm energy in your head. Remember, in less than 1 minute, you are already lowering your risk of stroke and giving your brain the protection it deserves. When I first learned about this simple 40-second trick, I was skeptical. As a doctor, I usually rely on medicines, scans, and treatments. Could something so basic really protect the brain from stroke? Then I saw the science and I couldn't ignore it. Researchers have studied how slow, deep breathing affects the body. Within just 1 minute, blood pressure drops, heart rate becomes steady, and blood vessels relax. This means more oxygen goes straight to the brain. A healthier flow of oxygen and blood is exactly what keeps strokes away. One study tested seniors who practiced deep breathing every day. After a few weeks, their blood pressure dropped to safer levels. Their stress markers also reduced. Compared to the group that did nothing, the breathing group had far better brain circulation. That's powerful proof. Think about it like this. Your brain is only 2% of your body weight, but it uses 20% of your oxygen. It's like a hungry machine that never rests. If oxygen supply is interrupted for even a few seconds, cells start dying. Breathing deeply ensures the supply is steady and strong. I have personally seen patients improve with this. One man in his 70s used to feel constant heaviness in his head. He was scared because his father had died from a stroke. I taught him this 40-second breathing method. At first he laughed, thinking it was too easy. But after a few weeks, he noticed real changes: less pressure in his head, calmer sleep, and lower blood pressure. His doctor later reduced his medicine dosage. That's the kind of difference a simple daily habit can make. The brain and heart are closely linked. When the heart pumps smoothly, the brain stays safe. Deep breathing works directly on the heart by balancing what we call the autonomic nervous system. In simple words, it switches the body from stress mode to calm mode. Stress tightens blood vessels, calmness opens them. This shift happens in seconds. Doctors usually recommend expensive machines for relaxation, but your own lungs are the best tool. Every slow, deep breath is like a gentle massage for your blood vessels and your brain. Another study looked at Japanese seniors who practiced slow breathing daily. The results showed reduced risk of stroke, lower cholesterol, and even better memory. That last part is interesting, because preventing stroke is not just about avoiding death, it's also about keeping your mind sharp as you age. I was shocked because I had always thought prevention needed complicated routines. But this proved that something as short as 40 seconds could be life-changing. Now, some people may say, "Doctor, I already walk, I eat well, I take my medicine. Why do I need this too?" The answer is simple. Walking and diet are long-term benefits. Medicine is necessary for control. But this 40-second trick gives you an instant benefit. Each time you do it, you are improving circulation right now, in that very moment. That's something no pill can do in the same way. You may wonder, can deep breathing alone replace medicines? If you have blood pressure or diabetes, you must continue your treatment. But deep breathing adds extra protection, a natural shield. It works together with medicine, not against it. Another powerful thing is accessibility. Many seniors cannot afford expensive treatments or daily visits to the gym. But everyone has 40 seconds. Everyone can breathe. That makes it universal. I'll give you one more story. A woman in her 60s used to care for her husband who had already suffered a stroke. She was under constant stress. Her own doctor warned her that her blood pressure was climbing dangerously. She started practicing the 40-second breathing method 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. Within months, not only was her pressure down, but she also felt calmer, slept better, and even said she had more patience caring for her husband. This shows it's not only about preventing stroke, it improves your overall quality of life. The medical world is slowly accepting that prevention can be simple. For years, we believed only heavy treatments worked. But now we understand that lifestyle is the biggest factor. A few seconds of daily calm can do more than hours of stress and worry. So when I say I was shocked as a brain doctor, it's not an exaggeration. I was trained to look for complicated solutions. But sometimes the most powerful answer is the simplest one. Breathe deeply, just for 40 seconds, and you are already fighting stroke risk in the most natural way possible. Remember this, your brain does not need miracles. It needs oxygen, steady blood flow, and peace. This trick delivers all 3 instantly. That is why I strongly recommend every senior, every adult, even young people, to practice it daily. Many people ask, what else can I do besides this 40-second trick? The answer is simple. Add small habits that keep your brain strong. Eat foods rich in omega-3, like fish or walnuts. Snack on berries and nuts instead of fried food. Drink enough water every day so your blood doesn't thicken. Walk at least 15 to 20 minutes daily, even slowly, to keep circulation moving. Sleep 7 to 8 hours at night, because your brain cleans itself while you sleep. These small habits, added to your breathing practice, multiply your protection. But there are also mistakes people make. Some think stroke only happens to the very old. That's not true. People in their 40s and 50s face it too. Others believe medicine alone is enough. But without lifestyle changes, medicine cannot save you forever. Another mistake is ignoring warning signs: sudden numbness, blurred vision, slurred speech, or dizziness. Even if it goes away in minutes, it could be a mini-stroke. Never ignore it. Call a doctor immediately. Let me share a story. An elderly man once told me he never took these things seriously. He thought he was healthy. One day he collapsed from a stroke and lost movement in his right hand forever. His regret was painful to see. On the other hand, I know a grandmother who started breathing practice daily, ate simple home food, and walked in her garden. At 75, her blood pressure was perfect, her memory sharp, and her smile strong. The difference between them was choice. So, how do you bring this into daily life? Simple. Start your morning with a glass of water, then do the 40-second breathing trick. In the afternoon, take a short walk or gentle stretch. In the evening, enjoy a light, brain-friendly meal like vegetables, beans, or fish. Before sleep, do the breathing again to calm your mind. This small daily routine is enough to guard your brain. Now let's close with what matters most. Stroke is deadly, but it doesn't have to control your future. In less than 1 minute a day, you can already lower your risk. This trick costs nothing, yet it could save your life or the life of someone you love. I want you to try it today. Just 40 seconds, right now. Feel the calm. Feel the energy. Share this secret with your family and friends, because if even one person is saved, this message is worth it. Your brain is the command center of your life. Protect it. Respect it. Care for it daily. Don't wait for symptoms to remind you of its value. Take action now. Subscribe to this channel if you want more senior health secrets that are simple but life-changing. And remember, your best defense against stroke might just be one deep breath away. Have you ever thought that just 40 seconds could mean the difference between a healthy brain and a stroke that changes your life forever? Imagine sitting at home, feeling perfectly fine, when suddenly your brain's blood supply is interrupted. In just a few minutes, the damage can be permanent. Every year, millions of people face this exact reality, and for many of them, the warning signs were small, silent, and ignored. But here's the shocking truth. Protecting yourself from this nightmare might be easier than you think. As a brain doctor, I have spent years studying how strokes happen, why they are so deadly, and more importantly, how they can be prevented. I've seen patients who thought they were completely safe, only to end up in emergency rooms with devastating results. And I've also seen people who took very small daily actions, things that literally took less than a minute, yet those actions changed everything. That's why today, I want to share with you something I call the 40-second trick. It's simple, it's safe, and it's so quick that anyone at any age can do it. When I first discovered how effective this technique was, I was shocked myself. It's one of those secrets that hides in plain sight, yet science completely supports it. And the best part? You don't need expensive medicine, you don't need a gym membership, and you don't even need to leave your house. Now, before I reveal exactly what this trick is, I want you to understand why this matters. Stroke is not just another disease, it's one of the leading causes of death worldwide. But even more terrifying is that many people who survive a stroke are left disabled, unable to speak, walk, or live independently. Imagine not being able to hold a cup of tea, not remembering your loved one's names, or struggling just to say a simple sentence. This is the harsh reality that millions of families live with. But here is the hope. Stroke is not an unchangeable fate. The truth is that up to 80% of strokes are preventable. Yes, you heard that right. Most strokes do not have to happen at all. And that is where this 40-second trick comes in. Because if you can take less than a minute each day to lower your risk dramatically, why wouldn't you? Stay with me until the end of this video, because not only will I reveal the trick, but I will also explain the science behind it in simple, easy-to-understand words. I will share stories of seniors who used it, and I will give you extra tips to make your brain younger, sharper, and healthier no matter your age. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin this journey together. By the time we finish, you'll have a tool in your hands that could protect you and your family from one of the most dangerous conditions in the world. And the best part is, you can start practicing it right after this video.